Okay, hello and welcome to WOSSOM. This is the Johnson Valley BAJA challenge, and we're starting live with 3 minutes after the time. I apologize for that. So today, our designers, they developed these cars based on their factory version or production version, however you want to call it. And they made this Baja Beasts to compete here in the dunes. The car we are seeing right now is the AG14CV race car Baja. And today I'm gonna make it a bit different. Each car is gonna have 2 attempts instead of 3, because I wanted to show you the replays of each best run, and that would also give me time to write down the stuff that I need to write between each car. Plus, I think it's really cool to see the cars from the TV cameras. That's real fun. And as you can see, the 14CV is sliding down the dune even with the handbrakes on. So yeah, that's kind of funny. And another thing I will at least try to do today, hopefully it will not make the game any slower, is that I have my automation game opened in another window, so whenever it change cars, and after seeing the replays and everything, we can actually, let me show you, let's see if it's going to, yeah, that it is. Let's get rid of this starting soon. So we can actually take a look at the cars and its specs. Now, I probably shouldn't be talking that much, because we have, let's see, how many cars do we have? For this challenge, we have 16 cars. So yeah, it's going to be a lot. So I shouldn't be talking that much. Especially considering we're going to have the replays, but I'll try to go real fast through some of the specs for each car. And starting with the 14CV, and the reason we're starting with the 14CV is that this was the only car that didn't pass the inspections, unfortunately. And yeah, in one other thing that I wanted to have here, and I once again don't have it, and I really apologize for that, are the designer's name. And my head is so messed up when it comes to remembering stuff. So the designer of the AG, I was just talking to him right now and I can't remember, but he was having an issue where his cars were sharing the engine. Even when he tried to create a new engine, this wouldn't work. So what happened was I actually got this car working by reducing its RPMs, but it's not going to count towards the results, but I wanted to at least have it in the competition. So this car is a 118 horsepower, where is it, in inline 6 engine 2.2, and with a weight of 822 kilos. Okay, so let's start with our first car and try not to take that long for every car, or otherwise we're not going to leave the desert today. Why didn't it start? What's going on? Okay, so it started with a small problem already. What's going on? There you go. Okay. Let's get back to BMG and start our challenge, if we manage to. Uh-oh. Okay, so we have a bit of a problem right here at start. I think the game is going to restart. So yeah, let me leave you with the automation image until I restart this thing. Sorry about that. I really don't know why this happen, and it's happening kind of often lately. So yeah, we should expect like a few more crashes. And for those of you that know BMG, this game is like in beta for 10 years. And it's kind of understandable as they just releasing new stuff all of the time. And so instead of making a full ready game, they decided, yeah, it's going to be a beta game forever, and we're going to just keep making stuff for it. And it's so cool because I mean, so many games that you even games that got done, and then the developers just forget about it. Not this one. So let's go back to the 14CV. Let's go back to the Dune. And let's start our challenge. Now, this time I promised you in the forum that I was also going to take a look at the messages in the chat. I just don't know how to get this thing working here in the OBS. So if you can wait just a tiny little longer, I'll get this chat thing working. Hold on. No, I don't want to create an account. Yeah, I believe I'll just look at it in the YouTube website. That will work. Okay. So first car, the AG14CV. Going down the dune here, I'm going to try and take the same or do the same path with all of the cars, so none of them have any kind of a advantage. It hurts. And for this challenge we have this checkpoint markers that I really don't like. I did throw some rally markings on top of those as well, but I didn't have the time to get rid of the big ones. Okay, so this car did understeer a lot when getting into this leaving the dunes and getting into this road here, but right now it's actually feeling quite good. It's driving quite well. It's quite ooh, just because I said I just missed it. Lose the back there, back in control. Watch for the rocks here in this rocky part as we reach the next checkpoint. Yeah, I have to be careful with the throttle. If I do accelerate too much, I do lose the back here. Maybe a bit of a handbrake here. And this is the last sector. It's a big straight. Of course, you cannot get the asphalt. That's not our thing for today. And even though this is a straight, it's quite hard to have the car in a straight line. Ooh. And if you get too much speed here, yeah, you're gonna flip the car over. Depending on how well each car's suspension handled is, of course. Oh, and I forgot to give you the link in the forum. So while you watch the replay for this first one, let me just first write down the time here. It was 2:47.347. Okay. Continue challenge start. I will leave you with the replay now. Let me start the engine. And one fun thing about this game is that when you load a replay and the car, okay, and the car doesn't have its engine on, it will drive with no engine sound. So, okay, while you watch the replay, I'm actually going to do 2 tries and then show you the replays, but since I'm going to make this post for the people in the forum now to invite them, I'll leave you with a replay of this first attempt. Okay, got it done. So let's go to our second attempt with the 14CV. You're gonna push it harder this time. Okay, it feels like it's faster than it actually is due to the loss of traction. You could see that I tried to go with the third gear, but it was just the car was losing traction. Let's try it again. Yeah, maybe short shifting these things are going, some of these cars at least, is going to be better. At least to keep traction. Since we do have a time on the table already with this car, I don't know if I should try. Yeah, it's just impossible to go full throttle here, I think. Let's see. Okay, full throttle. Oh gosh, so hard to keep control. Oh, and there you go. That was a nasty one. Perfect still drive. Well, it wouldn't finish in time to improve our times anyways. Let's see how the car ended up. Yeah, big mess. One of the wheels is done. It's gone. So yeah, that was cool. Let's now abandon our challenge as we couldn't finish. Is it going to take us back to the start, hopefully? Yes. Okay, and the car is still messed up. So while I get things ready for the next car, I'll leave you with the replay. And it's going to be fun since we had a quite nasty crash at the end. Okay, so the reason you saw some stuttering in the video is that I was loading the next car into automation, so that will happen every time, probably. It's not that bad, right? It's a compromise that is worth it to have a look at each car at the start. Try and not talk too much during this replay so the engines can do the talking. I believe they are a lot more nicer to our ears than me talking to you all the time. Look at the work on that suspension. Now remember, we are in 1946, so we are probably not going to see any suspension that works like that. Those current BAJAs we see racing. And there goes the flip, and there goes the wheel. Nasty one. Okay, so now to our next car. Where is it? Here it is. So that's the Herege Pecador, the version Maria Farinha. And while you're seeing it, I'm working on the other game here, the BMG, to load it up. But while I do it, you can check the next car and its specs. I'll be with you in a second. Okay, so our next car, the Herege Pecador Maria Farinha. That's the BAJA version of the Pecador. And this is actually my car. So that's the reason it is right here as at the start as well, because my cars are not going to participate in the rankings as well, or sales or anything. And that's because unlike some Nazi electric car company owner, I'm not going to take privilege information to participate. So yeah, this car is not going to participate in the rankings, but it's going to participate in the races just for fun. And I tried to make a real simplistic car to get as much sales as I could, to get as much bonus as I could. So that's why this is a boxer engine, 4-cylinder boxer engine with real low horsepower. The original car, I don't know, had like 40 horsepower or something. Real small engine. This version has 900 cc, but the original one is even smaller. And for those that are building the cars and were wondering why does it have more cc than the original one, well, you cannot change the original how do you say that? I mean the literage of the car, but there is one option that can slightly improve that after. Let me show you that actually, since we have that on the screen. So this is the engine, right? You cannot change anything here other than the quality. That's the bonus you get, right? I'll not even press that there right now. But you have the variant capacity here, and that you can slide up. Okay, so the original engine on this car had 874 cc, while this improved version has 946. Okay, so yeah, that's too much talking already. Let's go to our next contender. If this thing doesn't crash again. Really? Come on. Yeah, I think it's going to crash again. So yeah, I don't know if having both games open at the same time is going to be a good idea. If it crashes one more time, then I'll try it without the two games opened at the same time and try to figure out a fix for that. If it's not possible, then I'll have to stick with only one game open, find a different way of giving you the information, or just talking about less like I did used to do. Okay, so okay, spawn. Let me already throw the new game here, BMG. There we are. Sorry about that. Okay, so we are still in our second car, and I really apologize for that. I'll try to speed things up again from now on. Come on, BMG, don't do that to me. Really? Come on. Okay, so I'll shut down the automation game, unfortunately. And let's go only with the BMG. Maybe if I run it in instead of Vulkan if I run it regular, but yeah, I've already shut down automation. So now we have only BMG on. Let's load it up. I'm checking now if we already have any messages. I'm going to throw the live chat on. I believe I have it. I don't know. Okay, and this Beetle that loads up every time is the car I did. I even made the 3D design for it. It was a lot of work. And there is the Regi Pecador. Let's go to the top of the hill. And start on the challenge with our second car. Now this car has ridiculous RPM limit. You're going to see that. Since it's a really small engine, I was able to bring the RPMs really high on this one. But I really don't have much expectations for it. I don't think it's going to be fast. Really doesn't drive that different from the 14 CV. Feels quite similar. Watching out for the rocks. Oh, same place. So yeah, that's one of the advantages of the cars that go last. We already know that there's a place there in that part that throws the car to the left for some reason. A bit too hard there. Damn it, yeah. This car doesn't treat these bumps well. Or should I say the opposite? The bumps don't treat them it well. Yeah, it's impossible to go faster here. We can see in the left that we are getting some damage. Don't lose it. And cross the line. 239.172, so it wasn't actually that bad. It was faster than the 14 CV. Let me write it down real fast. Let me make sure that you're getting the right images. Yes, you are. 39.172. Okay. That was the second car. And let's give it one more try. This time we're going to push it harder as we managed to get 1 time on the board. And you know what? Since this is my car and I don't care, I'm going full throttle on this first one. Let's see what happens. Well, if I did, I would have lost control already. Okay. Impossible to go full throttle. Yeah, you see, like, going full throttle is definitely not the fastest way to go most of the time. So it doesn't even make sense. When I say I'm pushing harder, I mean like I'm going to take more risks, not with my car because I don't care, but yeah, it doesn't mean like pushing harder that I'm going to go full throttle, because it's not faster. And I can feel already that the car is completely messed up. The wheel is a lot harder. It feels a lot heavier. Ooh! Yeah, and that's the same place that we get mistakes done. And I'm not even going to finish this one. It's my car. I don't care. And you don't want to see it. Like, I'm not going to prove the time anyways, but I'm gonna leave you with this last replay because it's gonna be more fun to watch while I get things ready for the next car. Okay, let's go to the next car. And that will be the Taxa Motor Preto Velho Massambaba Attack. Let's load it up. Well, since this is a work in progress project, I wish I could be using the automation game, because that's even good for these transitions between the cars, so you don't have to watch this loading screens and all. But that's something I'm working on as well. Let's find it. And I definitely need to do some cleaning here in these cars because there are too many. Preto Velho Massambaba Attack, here it is. So this car, let's throw the brakes. This car was actually made by a friend of mine here in my place, and he tried to mimic his real-life car. His real-life car doesn't even have doors anymore, like it's rusty as hell, and he uses it for transporting his surfboards and stuff and kite surfing stuff. And so he tried to mimic that, but his car is actually a sedan, and it's a Chevrolet Opala. And this one, he wanted to make it a van. So yeah, if he was in real life, he would be able to throw his surfboards and stuff. Let's see how it does. And unfortunately, since I don't have the automation on as I wished, we won't be able to see the specs. But that's something I'm going to work on for the next races. And pretty much this one is inline 4 though. Oh, it's driving already better than I thought it would, considering it was made by someone that had absolutely no experience at all. And trying to mimic a car that isn't from the same era. Really struggling for traction here. Now this car has a locking differential, as you can see there in the bottom, but his real life car doesn't. That's why I didn't turn it on. But since this is not the same thing, it's a different version, let's do it. So, differentials are locked. I believe it will give it more traction, especially through the corners. And this is the tough place. This time we actually managed to keep it straight. But this car is really struggling for traction. Yeah, you can see like we feel like it's actually going, but yeah, it's just not tractioning. Feels like it's gonna get beached anytime. Not bad at all through the bumps. Quite decent. Starting to struggle now. There's a huge space between third and fourth gear there. And across the line. The time was at 3 minutes, 8 seconds, .144. So yeah, definitely not fast. But we are gonna go like crazy now. Okay, as soon as I manage to find grip here, I'm gonna go full throttle. Problem is I'm never gonna find grip unless I go fourth gear and full throttle. Yeah, but then it actually goes slower. So yeah, as I said, going full throttle really doesn't mean much in the sand. Lots of oversteer here. And I'm starting to realize that pushing harder is only going to give us some better shots because the slower you feel, the faster it's going to be on this track or on this circuit. Same place there, see? That's crazy. I don't know what causes the car to go left there. And there's no point in trying a fourth gear as we saw. No handbrake this time, as this car oversteers a lot already without it. Okay, so this is gonna be slower. Let's try and go full throttle here though. Why not? Is it actually going to gain speed, or there's no point at all for fourth gear, unless you're in the asphalt, of course. Yeah, it's getting slower. The only way of driving this car is making it scream. And that's it for the Preto value. Oh, actually it got, it did improve a bit. 2 minutes 56.713. Let's see its best attempt. That's not a good sound for a low RPM. So this is actually the second attempt. Ooh, big hit there for the Preto Velho Massambaba attack. I believe I did forget to lock the differentials. Was it in the first or second attempt? I don't know. So maybe it was faster without the differentials locked. I don't know. Its second attempt was a lot faster. So yeah, I'm not sure if it's best to use the differentials locked or not. But I mean, if a car has it, and I remember, I'm gonna lock it, because if they did it with a lock differential, it's because they wanted to use it, right? And that place that we always get off the road. I swear I was trying to stay on the track there, but I just couldn't. Okay, that was the Taxa Motor Preto Velho Massambaba attack. And the reason I am able to pronounce that is because that's a Brazilian name. So yeah. And this friend of mine, he's actually, his family comes from native Brazilians. And Preto Velho is a word that resembles that, and Massambaba is the place where I live. It's the name of the beach here, just as a curiosity. So up next is going to be the XF1M BAJA. And car sorting now. We're going to start with the cars that are their companies is lower in our rankings. That's the case of the XF. Where is it? Where's the XF? Here it is. Okay, XF1M BAJA, or Baja. BAJA would be in Portuguese. Okay, so our next contender. I'll have to bring it up the hill a bit to start the challenge. That's going to be tough. Can we do it? I don't think we can. Yeah, we can't. It's just impossible. So what I will have to do is go back to map and quick travel. Yeah, the problem is that the cars are sliding down every time we change the car. Let's go. And I again apologize. It's happening since the first day. I can't remember people's names for the cars, and I really apologize for that. And one of the things that the new version of the game is actually doing is it's going to end up that problem, because, I mean, hold on till the end of the video and you know everything about the new version. I don't want to hold you longer here. So, XF1M Baja. Let's start it up. And as I said, this the SF is between the companies that are participating and that got their cars approved. It's the lowest in our rank. Hopefully it will do a good time now so it can improve its rankings. Let's do it. Okay, so I forgot to adjust the seat on this one. Oh, and this is one of those that has a dark window, so you cannot really go inside the car. Ooh, that was a big one. Okay, that wasn't a nice start, but since it was my fault not getting the seat in the correct position before I start, I will give it 2 more goes, okay? Let's do it. Let's restart it. I was paying attention at the seat position and didn't judge the jump well. That's why I flipped the car, or at least that's the official excuse. And okay, one more time, restart. Hopefully it worked this time. Sorry about it. There we go. Let's adjust the seat properly this time. And for you that are participating in the game, I don't know why this happened. I don't know if it's because of window tinting or what, but some cars have this going on, and we have to adjust the seat further to the front. And it's the only problem is that, well, it's not as realistic for us to watch here. And the sound of the car actually got different, because when you are outside the car, it has, and this is really cool in BMG. Not many games do that as well. So you're gonna hear the sound as we are outside of the car. But with that being said, let's go to our next container. Actually, this is the first one, right? Ah, damn it! Sorry. Okay, forgot to start the car. One more time. Really sorry about that. I'll try to do everything faster now. Come on, Raphael, stop being such a pothead. Okay. This time we are going for good. Lots of loss of traction there at the start. Lots of oversteer here. And we can tell this car is struggling a lot with traction as well. So slow is faster. Not much we can do about it. Through the soft sand part. Yeah, this is the part where the cars struggle a lot for traction. Especially this one. This one is the one that had much trouble, more trouble there. It's a lot faster through this part. But when you get to the soft sand, struggles a lot again. It's really hard to keep control in this soft sand part with this car. Hopefully it does better through the bumps. Not too bad so far. I'm barely in touch. The accelerator. But it was managed to keep the speed well. And across the line with 3 minutes 8.352, and the reason I always talk like that when I'm mentioning the time is that at the same time I'm writing it down here in our table. So one more try for the XF. Now the sound of this car is quite low. I wonder if he left the mufflers attached. So it's better for the competition cars if you get rid of the mufflers. You get at least a bit more power out of it. Now, I promised I was going to push harder after the first time on the board. And that means I'll probably be slower in every second attempt. So much oversteer on this part with this car. Luckily, we didn't hit any hot rock there. Oh, so hard to keep control. This car is everywhere, and we are around. And that's that finish for this one. We are not going to improve. All right. Oh, and I forgot to start recording the replay. Luckily, we have at least one, because this was going to be fun to see how this went in this last try. It was fun. Okay, so that was it for the XF1M BAJA. Let's go up the hill and get the handbrakes on. This, even with the handbrakes, it still slides down. And while I get the next car ready, let's see how this car was doing. Okay, so this was that first attempt actually, and it seems that I didn't record so I was a bit afraid of leaving the option to automatically record the replay, but I think I'll do it because from what I'm seeing I will end up forgetting to record this replay. So yeah, let's leave that automatic option on. And that, unfortunately for XF, was the end of the first run for the XF1M BAJA. And we are going to our next car as the XF slides down the hill. And our next car is going to be the Pioneer Express Dune. Now, the Pioneer is one of the brands that started participating with us quite early. But still is not that well on the rankings. Let's see if we can improve now. And there it is, the Pioneer Express Dune. Hopefully, let me see if I can get some information from this at least. It's at least the weight we have here. It's 900 kilos. Oh, we actually do. So, of course, the propulsion is not ice. But we have the power here in PS, so it's not gonna help much. You know, it's a rear-wheel drive, so that's something. Okay, let's see how the Pioneer Express Dune does. And again, we're gonna have to reload it because it's sliding down. So our next car, our sixth car on this competition is the Pioneer Express Dune. This car, it's, I don't know, it does look like a Dakar competition car, right? I don't know, let's see. It's quite simple. See how it does. Sounds good. Oh, so yeah. Forgot the seat, just a seat again, but if we manage to keep it going, well, I'll leave it like this. Yeah, I have to take it easy on the first step on that jump, because I'm probably breaking the cars there. It's actually quite fun to slide the car into this road here, but sometimes it's just too much. Through the sandy bit. Not bad. Now this car also has a locking differential, and I forgot to turn it on, but I'll actually finish this one without turning it on, just to see how much difference it's going to make. Now, especially when off-roading, if you don't have your differential locked, whenever you lose traction in one of the wheels, the car is actually going to throw even more power to that wheel, and you're not going to have power in the wheel that is actually tractioning the car. That's why a locked differential helps. Ooh, this car felt faster all around. I think we're going to have a best time by far. Okay, cross the line with the Pioneer Express Dune, and it was 2 minutes 57. It felt faster, didn't it? I thought it was going to be faster. So 57.149. And so it wasn't faster than the Maria Farinha, and it wasn't faster than the 14CV, but those cars are not participating. So right now it's the fastest car, the Pioneer Express Dune. And there was yet another car that should have came first, before this one, I should say, and that was the Frattino Marimano. I'm talking to you, I'm thinking out loud here, as it's also a new brand. So, we'll, after this one, right, it's not going to be that big of a deal. Let me just fix the table here, so we can drive the Frattino after the Pioneer. One more try for the Pioneer. This time we are going to lock the difference. You see, that's the problem. The differential locking only appears after the screen, and that's when I already like started doing stuff. This guy, why is the steering wheel green? I don't know. Okay. Well, it does have a steering wheel. That's cool already. It's probably the lightning or something, but just putting some effort on the having a steering wheel, that's cool already. Okay, locking the differential. So I really don't know. I'm thinking about this differential thing now. Maybe it's good for low speed off-roading, but I'm not sure if it's better for our challenge here, as it doesn't feel that different. I don't know, it feels, it may have even less traction. So, if I manage to finish this run, we'll see the time and we'll be able to have an idea. Yeah, I don't know if it's just that I'm pushing harder, or if the differential actually has to do something with it, but I'm struggling more in the second run. Whoa, okay. 303. So yeah, as I thought, it was slower. So it doesn't necessarily mean that. Let's make that those comments while we watch the replay actually. this was the best run, and so yeah, continuing our differential talk. Uh, this is what happens. Like when your car turns, the inside wheels they travel less than the outside wheels, right? So that's why you need a differential in the road car. Um, but when you are off-roading, like if you get stuck somewhere and one of your wheels lose contact, then what happens is that the differential is going to throw all of the power to that wheel that lost traction, and you're not going to move. That's why off-road vehicles have the locking differential. And that same thing happens to drift cars. So sometimes when you're trying to drift your car in the rain or in the snow, and suddenly the car doesn't want to stay drifting, that's because of that as well. So drifting cars, all of them, the competition drift cars, they all have locked differentials. Okay. So that's good for off-roading, that's good for drift. But when you are in that's good for off-roading when you are like in a real tough off-roading situation. But in a BAJA off-roading, or maybe for high-speed off-roading, I'm not sure. I would have to do some more testing. But since the cars so far, they actually managed to go faster without the differential. So here's what I'm going to do. Whenever a car has the differential option, I'm going to do the first run without it and the second run with it on. Okay? And till now, all of our cars were rear-wheel drive. I know we are going to have some four-wheel drive cars, and those also can have a locking differential. And not only that, they can have a low setting. You'll see about that. And that's the Pioneer Express Dune going through the bumps, and it's doing really, really well. Not bad at all. Until that part, I was actually quite managed to keep it in a straight line, but then yeah, I think it was that bump that sent it a bit sideways, and it started getting harder. But not bad at all. And I don't know how it was slower than the Pecador, because it felt faster. So yeah, to our next car now. Instead of going to the AG Leopard, that would be the next car, we are going to actually do the Fratino Marimano. And that's because it's a new brand, and that means it's not in our rankings yet. And that also means that it could be one of the fastest cars, because since it doesn't have a score, I don't know. We don't know what's this Fratino is up to. Plus, judging by how well done this car is, it's one of those. It's like the DCMW or the Bellagio. It's so well done that it doesn't want to load. What happened? Let's stop this. Okay, I don't know why it didn't load. And I was, as I was saying, this car is one of those, like, so perfectly detailed. Let's try again. There we go. Okay, we are just not in the right place. But look at the details on this car. Like, so cool, so fun, so perfect, so beautiful. Let's take it to the right place. And the only thing that kind of takes away the role-play gaming, it's actually fault of BMG, and I don't know why they do this. The cars, they don't have drivers, so that really bothers me. Always did in BMG, especially with this convertible cars. Yeah, it's like a ghost car, but it's a beautiful ghost car going around the dunes. Let's see how it does. Now, Is this actually the Dune version? Yes, it is. It has a number. Because I feel like this car may be a bit too low. We'll see. By the sound of it, I would say it's a boxer engine. Uh-oh. Okay, let's start again. Just as it, let's do things properly this time. There you go. And restart. Sorry about that again. We have 16 cars, so maybe till we get to the last one, I'll get this right. Okay. First try for the Fratino. Now I'm a bit afraid of these jumps in such a car with a low height. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Again. Oof. Yeah, more suspension travel probably would have helped there. It's not that bad, other than I have broken the body on the car already. Oh, yeah, and it's really hard to control. I don't know if it's because of any damage or it's a characteristic of this car. To the sandy bit. Actually behaved better than I thought it would. I didn't want to use the handbrake there because it was already oversteering, but then it suddenly started understeering really badly, and yeah, the low height is not doing well in the bumps. Oh. Alright, 245.2, actually better than I thought it would be. It's the fastest of the cars that actually can be in the rankings. It was 10 seconds faster than the Pioneer. 245, more than 10 seconds. 0.278. Okay. And it still has another try. This car doesn't have the differential locking option, so let's just go for it. This time I'm gonna push it harder, and I don't know, it's going to be tough for a slow car like this. A slow car, I meant low car. Sorry. It isn't slow by no means. Whoa! Okay, I cannot even see what's in front of me anymore. Yeah, the car is broken. Steering wheel is completely messed up. So yeah, it didn't take that long, right? I cannot stop it manually because it's automatically recording. So let's go and abandon. That was a fast one for the Fratino. And while I show you the replay, we'll start with preparing the next car. Remember what I said about not having the engine on? That's weird, right? So let's stop this, turn on the engine, and load it again. So that was the Fratino Maremano Spiaggia, and really cool car, really beautiful car. Maybe a bit too low for this type of challenge. Whoa, look at that. Yeah, I don't know, maybe it could have been faster if I didn't jump like crazy like that. It felt like the whole chassis got twisted there. I don't know. That was crazy. But it kept going. So we have our first message here. The last broadcast that I did, we had this message coming up, and I wasn't answering, and sorry about that. I'm just not used to doing this kind of stuff. But one of the good things about this replay is that I can actually check that out. So I have someone called iCrafterships, and he's asking if he can bring something that is not in production yet. Actually, you have to make a production car, a factory car. I'm gonna go through all the instructions in the end, but you need a factory car to make your competition car. And since this competition is already on, our next competition will be the gravel rally. So if you go to our website, that's WOSSOM.net, that's in the description, you can check out the regulations for that, and you can actually participate in the next one, even though it's not a factory car or production car phase. But what you can do is you can send your factory car, your production car. It's going to be inspectioned, and then it's the only problem, since you missed the factory phase, is that you're not gonna have any bonus. And you can check out how the bonus work in the site, or I'll explain how it works later, after we finish here. But since you missed the factory phase, you're not gonna have any bonus. But then you can build your gravel rally car and you can submit it. Okay, and I'll explain that better after we finish here. I'll just out of curiosity, let's see how that crash was. Oh yeah, that's where the car got completely screwed. But I have to keep it fair to everyone. So if I get a time done in the first try, I'll have to go crazy in the second, and probably this is what's going to happen. I'm going to destroy every single car. We'll see about it. But right now we are going to our next car, and that's the AG Leopard 416 BAJA. Let's load it up. And this is the second AG. Where is it? There it is. Really cool car. As the other car was sliding down the hill. So this is the Leopard, and look at how cool this car looks. I would say it's not as detailed as the Fretino, for example, but it does look really cool, like that Porsche style spoiler and everything. And we'll have to take it up the hill again. And this is the second AG, and I'll explain that in I'll explain those instructions at the end again. But you can only send one car per factory phase, but you can accumulate cars if you participate in more than one factory phase, and that's why AG has 3 cars already. And this is the Leopard. And you know what? I'll actually raise the Renaissance first. That's also a AG, because this one is the newer version, so I want to do it after the Renaissance. And the Renaissance, look at that. It's a huge car, and a BAJA version of it was made. It's going to be weird, to say the least. Look at the size of this thing. But I don't know. It did even mention. It even made to the City Streets Rally that was even more insane. So I don't know. Let's see how it does. I mean, Dakar competitions even have trucks, right? So why not? This time we'll remember to adjust the seat. Whoa! And look at that. This is a really good-looking car. Even in the interior, look at that. That's nice. Let's see how it does in the dunes. So first try, gotta take it a bit easier, especially through these jumps. And I have to mention that it isn't like super fair. I am going to drive differently with each car. I wish I was like a robot, so this could be as fair as possible, but that doesn't happen. But one feature I have in mind is this car is driving really well. But as I was saying, one feature I have in mind is actually having a driver market and having these events online, so we can have drivers driving for the companies, or even the company owners and car designers themselves can drive the cars. Ooh, missed a bit there, was doing so well. to the bumps now. Okay, the front of the car, this car feels really aggressive through this grippier areas. That could cause, I don't want to say it before it happens, but that could cause it to suddenly turn, and really struggling for that not to happen. All right, how was it? 249. 249.689. A bit slower than the Fratino, but it's right there. Let's see. It still has another try. But yeah, I'm not really thinking these second tries are going to be better than the first ones. But we never know. Let's see. Okay, so we went through. Lots of oversteer. Okay, wasn't that bad. I do think the car is broken, but maybe not enough to slow it down. Let's see. This is the part where this car struggles the most last time. And I believe we're doing really well so far, but I have to push. Those are the rules. Whoa, yeah, we did it. That felt fast. 233. That's the fastest so far, and so much faster than the first try. Did I even write down the first try? I don't know. I don't see it here. Hopefully I didn't write it up on top of any other car. I'll have to check it up later. Actually, let me check something here. I don't know. Yeah, I'll check all the times later. But that was the fastest so far. That was really tense going through that straight. So much concentration. 233.557, and that's going to be a cool replay to watch. Oh, all right. I noticed what was the issue. Oh, ooh, face first. So what was the issue I was having here in the table? I did write this the Renaissance time twice. And that's because I jumped. I skipped the low part, but I got it right now. And that was it for the Renaissance, our fastest car so far, sliding down the hill as usual, even after we throw the handbrake. So, our next car, another AG, this time the Leopard 416 BAJA, and this is the exact opposite of the Renaissance. This is a short car, and we saw it before. Really cool looking car. These colors, they seems more to have come from the 80s than the 40s, but we will pretend this color actually existed in the 40s. And let's take this thing up the hill. Okay. So this really looks really cool actually, but with this color it does look like it's a restore mod, right? But it's fine, it still looks amazing. Let's start it. Try to remember everything this time. Start the engine, adjust the seat. And another cool looking interior from another AG car. Did you notice the difference from the outside and the inside engine noise? Let's do it. So this car has a differential locker. We're not going to use it in the first attempt. Ooh, too hard there. Hey, this sounds really fun, this car. The sound is really cool. And of course it feels a lot more agile than the Renaissance. Ooh, small mistake there. This car suffers from snap oversteer even in the sand. That's interesting. Ooh, yeah, maybe a longer wheelbase actually helps in this part. In that first hit, it did actually mess with the alignment of the car. I don't know if you can see, but the steering wheel is completely sideways. Ooh. Right, first attempt for the AG Lupart 416 BAJA, and it was a 246.580, and it still has a second attempt. We are gonna push it harder this time. Losing control already, which actually probably helped. Damn it. That was a mistake. I thought the turn was earlier. This car is just impossible to go too fast here. That was insane. Ooh, 239. Okay, the Renaissance was faster, but that was crazy. I did make a big mistake, committed a big mistake that probably cost us like 2 or 3 seconds, but it still wasn't going to be faster than the Renaissance. Let me write that down real fast, 239.123. And while I leave you with the replay for the Leopard 416, I'm going to go for a quick pit stop, and I'll be right back. Okay, back right in time for our next challenger. And we have just reached the halfway point. We have seen 8 cars, and now we are going to our 8 last cars. And these ones, they belong to the companies that are better ranked in our competitions. So, well, it doesn't actually mean that they're going to be faster, but they usually are. And the next one up is going to be the CBC Quest MK1 Sand Queen. And one cool thing about these names in English-speaking countries is that you treat cars like they are females, right? And that makes sense. But in Portuguese-speaking languages, we treat cars as males, so that's weird when we see like this kind of. I mean, not all cars in Portuguese. Like if you see a VW bus, we call it Kombi here, then it's a she. Then depends on the car, but that's just a curiosity for you guys. And there's the Sand Queen sliding down the hill. All right, now it's time for the CBC Quest MK1 Sand Queen. Let's get everything done before we start here. For some reason, oh yeah, game was paused for some reason. Whoa, that sounds beautiful. And it's quite low as well. I don't know, it's probably had mufflers on, but this sounds great. Look at that. Right. First try for the CBC. Oops, yeah, wrong button. Sorry. Oh, so I just noticed that I forgot to lock the differentials on the last car. Because this one also has it. Oh. Well, I know I should be taking it easier on that jump, but since I did in with the first cars, I am not doing with the other ones just to keep it fair. But yeah, it's definitely not a good idea to hit it as hard as I'm hitting. Whoa, this car may be a bit too low for this part, but since we don't have a time in the board already, let's keep going. If it's still running, then we can do it. We actually didn't really lose that much time. But yeah, the car bottomed up there and caused it to go upside down. Ooh. This is gonna be a big mechanical bill for this one after this. Not only I flipped it, but I'm hitting so many rocks. Oh, okay. Across the road we go. All right. So the Sand Queen, it doesn't feel like she was actually made for the sand, right? I mean, in the sandy part, it wasn't that bad, but when we hit the bumps, that was really bad. And still, look at the time, 3:02. So even like flipping once, then having to go across the street doing a 360 and all of that, it still wasn't that bad. Like 3:02.0772, we nearly reached the 2-minute mark, even with all that. Now, since we did get this time on the board, that means we are going to try harder this time. And I know we flipped the car already, so yeah, let's see what happens. But one thing I can tell about this car, at least in my opinion, is the best sounding car. Ooh. First big hit. Oh, we almost cleared that. That was actually faster. We almost cleared that gap, which means that's actually possible. Could any of the cars clear the gap instead of hitting it face first? It actually clears it. Ooh. Okay, so if I manage to finish this one, this is actually looking really fast. Bit of no way. Okay, we still can improve. So hard to see that corner. Next time I do this challenge, I'm gonna throw something there that so I can know where it is. Ooh. Okay. Is that the fastest time? Yes, it is. It was faster than the Renaissance by 1 second. 2:32. 2:32.035. And it was a lot of fun. And if I didn't make that mistake, it was going to be like 2:29 maybe. Yeah, I completely missed the turn again. Got too hot there. The reason sometimes I start the engine at start and then the car dies is that I'm leaving the car with a gear. So then I have to start. Now look at that. This is the part. Like I came like as hard as I could there, and then we nearly cleared that part. Whoa! So many big hits. And then big slide in the opposite direction that costs some time. Oh, is that what I thought I saw there? Let me check again. I think they even made a custom Mr. Franco. Thanks, appreciate that. Unless it's a big coincidence, they made a Mr. Franco name on the door. I really appreciate that. That's really cool. Now this car sounds great, but even like right now, if it has mufflers, the mufflers are probably gone, and it still doesn't scream that loud. That's interesting, and that's I can't believe I made this mistake. And we lost even more time because when we went off the road, I did hit something, and then it sent the car in the wrong direction. So yeah, if it wasn't for my bad driving, this car could have done it like, I don't know, maybe 5 seconds faster than it did. And of course I forgot the... yeah, I'll see if I find a way of having this automatically on next time, the locking differential. Because if someone throws it, it's because if they want it, right? I mean, if someone has it in a car, and I'm just forgetting to turn it on. Car was everywhere, but yeah, we did manage to finish. It wasn't a bad time at all. Cross the line. So there was a CBC Quest MK1 Sand Queen. Oh, sorry. Yeah, exactly. Sorry. CBC Quest MK1 Sand Queen. And as we move on now to the Dragon Motor Racing, the Dirt Rally. Let's load that up. Now I don't even really know which car this is. Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, okay. So the Dragon Motor Racing Dirt Rally, it's ready for traveling as well as going rallying. Okay. Let me change the camera here. So as you can see, well, I would say it's not traveling. I would say he probably has all the tools needed for a long distance rally, right? So that's the Dirt Rally. Let's remember this time to fix the seat. So it's 3 things that I need to remember. The problem is, well, there's the seat. That's what we're doing right now. But then, whoa. Then there is the, oh, quite low windscreen on this one. There's that. I need to remember to start the car, of course. I don't need to start the replay anymore because that's being done automatically. So the last thing I need to remember is the differential locking, but it doesn't show up until I click start here. That's the problem. So as you see, this car does have a locking differential, but the first try is going to be without it. Okay. It was a middle point between going crazy and yeah, right. That's how the first attempt's been going, right? hit it something there, but still doing well. We struggled a bit with traction there. Feels stable through the bumps so far. Oh, just when I mentioned. It's still not bad. Alright, it fell fast. But it wasn't that fast. Huh. Okay, 255.830. So yeah, this competition is feeling a bit weird for me till now, cause sometimes I feel like I'm fast and I'm not. Sometimes I feel like I'm slow and I'm faster. Feels a bit weird. But the Derg actually got time in the table, which means that we're going to go crazy right now. And also, I'll try and remember to lock the differentials this time. Now, yeah, I know some people may think, and I apologize for that, like, well, you're driving all the cars, and for some you drive better, for some you drive worse, for some you remember to lock the differentials and all that. I really apologize for that. I don't do that on purpose, and that's one of the reasons that I want to implement the driver's market, because then, I mean, driving mistakes and all that stuff's part of the sport, right? But yeah, I kind of feel bad for not treating this all the cars exactly the same way. But yeah, with that being said, let's go to the second try with the Dragon Motor Racing Derg Rally. Can you clear it this time? Ah no, I lost traction there already. So I'm gonna be that fast. Oh, actually we hit it really bad. Right on the right axle. Oh, it wasn't a good start. And we probably messed up with the car already. Oh, doesn't feel like that. and we are lost. Okay, so yeah, we're not gonna improve this time. Oh yeah, I forgot I cannot do that. But I am abandoning it as we're not gonna improve the time. And that was it for the Derg Rally, the Dragon Motorsports Derg Rally. Now, one thing I'm curious about is that stuff tied to the car is going to still be there when you hit this bump? Yeah. So Dragon Motor Racing did a really good job of tying those bags and stuff on the top of the car, because it's still holding. I really do like, and that's one of the reasons I did it, this sedan car style with off-road setup. I think it looks really cool. I wanted to go for a V8 on mine, but I wanted to do something different. Now this car looks great in the desert. It's really cool. It's probably my favorite body style from all of the availables in the year we are now, that is 1946. But if you just heard that and thought, well, Rafael likes that, so I'm gonna make a car with that body, well, at least I'll try not to take my personal preferences when inspecting the cars. Losing some speed there, but I kept the higher gear, as using a lower gear there just makes you lose traction and it doesn't really make you faster. And we still have our belongings in the roof, at the roof. Yeah, good job there by Dragon Motor Racing, so by tying all the stuff on top of the car. And as we get ready for our next car, and that will be the Regal Overlander Sandy. Regal is a company that's also with us since the start, I believe. And is it the truck? I am not sure, let's see. Where is it? Regal. Why can't I find it? Yeah, it definitely needs to do some cleaning here. ACZ, CBC. Is it an alphabetical order? Oh, I think it is. Okay, so yeah, that makes it easier. So the Overlander is actually the truck, and it's the only full-size truck in our challenge. I don't know if you call it a full-size truck, but yeah, it's definitely the bigger and or the biggest. Let's take it to the top of the hill and see how the truck does compared to the more regular cars. So okay, I did remember the differential last time, but again, it didn't actually improve the car, so or at least it didn't feel like it did. Now, of course, the second try I always push harder, so that could be the reason, but that's just how I'm doing it this time. Okay. So, seats, engine. Oh, that does sound like a truck. And it's quite, it's not noisy at all. You barely can hear it. Interesting. Let's see how it does. So okay, this is the first 4x4. Okay, that was me not paying too much attention as I was looking. Wow. I was looking at the options there that we have for this truck, because not only this one has a locking differential, but since it's a 4x4, it does have some other options as well. Hopefully I didn't break it with those early hits, and it's actually feeling quite fast. And it's insane how quiet it is. You can barely hear the engine sound. Well, I don't know if it is going to happen again when I feel that it's fast, but it's not. But this one, it feels the faster so far. Oh, bit of a mistake there. Let's see how it does in the bumps. It's not the easiest to control, but it's hanging in there. Ooh. Okay. Wow, that was really close. 234.8. So we have a contender. Let me write that down. 234.8. We have a contender. Let's give it another try, this time with the differential locked. And just before I give it its try, let me see what these other options are. Hold on just a second. So yeah, we have here the range box. We were using high, and we are going to continue using high, as I believe low is only for like when you're in the mud or even in the sand, but at lower speeds, when you don't want to get trapped. So front output shaft, so yeah, we need that locked. So I was mistaken, it doesn't really have I don't know that if that, yeah, it's not the differential actually. So yeah, we're not going to change anything here, and we're just going to go for another try. And this time, if we improve 2 seconds, this car is going to go to the top of the rankings. Or should I say this truck? Let's do it. Almost flipped it there. And we have big problems already. Okay, yeah, it's broken. It was the shortest run so far. I believe we lost the wheel. Yeah, we did. So yeah, that's a shame. This car had the potential. If it wasn't for my bad driving, luckily, I mean, I don't believe I can say luckily, but at least for the um, for keeping things fair, I'm driving really bad today with all of the cars. So yeah, at least I can keep things fair on that matter. And before I show you the replay for this truck run, first run, let's see this crash first. Okay, abandon. Handbrake, crash. Ooh, that was bad. And then boom. The yeah, the wheel's gone. Oh god. Yeah, no point in accelerating anymore. Now to the Rego Overlander run. While we watch it, oh, that's not the right one. Okay, so now while we watch it, I'll bring up the partial results, since that was the 11th car and we have 16 cars participating, and from those 2 are not counting for the reason I mentioned, and so we have 14. And yeah, while you're watching the Rego, I'm gonna make the partials here for you. Yeah, the front of the Rego was pretty bad damage there already. As we are watching the end of the Regal truck run, I'll try to bring up the partial results for you now. Let's see if I can get that on the screen. Not really. Hold on. Oh, yeah, I can. So, yeah, those are the partial results so far. In the front, we have the CBC Quest MK1 Sand Queen with a 232.0, not far behind the Renaissance. That's again a surprise for the Renaissance. The Renaissance is always surprising us. And so those are the results we have so far, and the regular over-under is the third time. Yes, I'm gonna get that out of the screen now, and as I can tell you already that the BMG crashed again. Damn it. So yeah, I cannot really do anything outside of the game, and it crashes. That's why at the start, when we were trying to get the automation working together with the BMG, we were having those crashes, and it happened again. But I'm gonna load it up real fast for you again, so we can continue with our last cars for this challenge. All right. So the next car will be while we are loading, I can tell you that the order here is from the lower ranked cars or lower ranked companies to the higher ranked companies in our WOSSOM game. And yeah, that's WOSSOM, that's not awesome. And I'll explain all of that after our challenge. So if you want to know more about it, stay tuned, and I'll also explain about our updates and everything. Next car is the Phaeton, and the Phaeton is one of the brands that's with us since the start, I believe, just like the Regal. And they have two cars in this competition. One is the Phaeton 10 THP, and then there's the Phaeton Util 334. I don't know. I don't know how you guys say that, but it's their truck. So yeah, there's another truck, but it's not. It does more look like a VW bus. But all right, let's find those. So alphabetical order, right? They should be around here. There they are. So we have both. This is the old Phaeton, and this is not participating. And then we have the Phaeton City Streets Rally version here, and the Phaeton BAJA. And this car, the street version of this car, is the best-selling car in our game. So that means it can use a really big bonus when it comes to quality, and that's something I'm going to explain later. But right now, let's take this car to the top of the hill and see how it does. Alright, the Phaeton 10 THP, BAJA. Where is it? There you go. Let's adjust the seat first. If we get to, okay, there you go. This car has the steering wheel in the right. That's different from what I'm used to, but it's okay. We get, we can do it, right? No worries. All right, so let's start this thing. Quite agile, as we should expect from such a tiny car. Really cool sound. Oh, mistake there. Okay, concentrate. Another mistake there. Come on, Rafael. Concentrate. Oh, real close to the rocks there. Not a mistake. So yeah, as I said, at least I'm doing mistakes with every single car. Not really my best driving. Now some of these cars, like this one for example, the steering wheel is really heavy. I'm working out a lot here. And the interesting thing is, when you get to the soft sand, you do feel that in the wheel, steering wheel. That's cool. This one felt fast. Ooh, hold it! Nearly flipped it right at the end. 232.8, so close. It was less than a second. 232.851, less than a second behind the Sand Queen, the CBC Quest MK1. Wow. So again, we have a contender again, and still has another go. I feel that it can go faster a bit, but I feel that I'm going to destroy the car before we get there. Hopefully not. There you go. Oh! Nearly cleared the gap again, but yeah. That wasn't good for the 10 HP. Oh god. That was a big one. And yeah, that 10 HP is done for the day. Well, for what it was, it doesn't even look that bad. And let's see how that went. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think any car is going to. I believe one or two cars at the start did actually improve in the second try. Maybe I wasn't pushing that hard. I don't know. But yeah, I think every time we push it on that jump, we're gonna crash a car. Let's see how it was. Whoa, it did got air even before we hit the end of the jump. I think that's the reason it didn't clear it. Let's see it again. See, it did got air way earlier than that. See, the suspension got compressed, and then it launched the car before it hit. It's pretty much what happens with dirt bikes. The suspension compressed, and then it started lifting before it hit the end of the jump. If it wasn't for that, I believe it would clear. It would have cleared that jump. Okay, that was a nasty one. And that means the CBC is still in the front, and with 4 cars to go. Hold on while I just fix something here. But we still have one Phaeton, and that's the Phaeton. This is a new car. This is actually, I don't know if you should call it a truck or a van, but this is it. Where is it? This is it. The Phaeton U2. I apologize. I don't know how to say that. 3/4 of a ton. I don't know. In Portuguese, it would be 3/4. I really don't know how to say that in English. And this is the car now. I don't know, just looking at this car, I feel that when it hits the jumps, it's gonna do a front flip. That's what it feels, but hopefully not. Let's see how it does. Okay. Let's first put it in the right place. Start the engine. Okay. Is it on? It's not staying on. Why? Alright, so this car is not staying on. Even though I did test it before and it did work. Why isn't it working? There we go. Whoa, did you hear that? Okay. I don't know why it wasn't turning on. I did test most of the cars. Only the AGs they got sent after the date. I think it was only the AGs, and then I couldn't. All of the other cars I did run them. At least I didn't do the auto run, but I did run them down the hill and they worked. So now, if this was a real car, it would definitely be the most dangerous one, because we are facing the front of the car here, and when it lands, it's going to yeah, hopefully it's not going to happen, but if it does, it's going to, we are going to face plant the sand. Let's do it. Oh, it's a 4x4. Okay, it's fast. Oh, I can't control it. This is insane. Yeah, I really have to take it easy with this one. That's crazy. And it's really weird to drive from this position. Really hard to drive. Okay, if I manage to drive this thing, this has the potential to be the fastest car by far. but I'm really struggling. Lots of traction through the sandy part. Wasn't expecting this. It's like one of those Viking ships in the parks. Ooh. Okay, it's not, I mean, if it wasn't a smoother terrain, it would be by far the fastest, but it's just too hard to drive on this terrain. But what about the sound? It's beautiful. It was great, but yeah, 250 is just insane to drive this car. And I'm even afraid, even this being a simulator, I'm afraid of driving this now. In the second attempt, 250.134. Damn. Excuse me. Okay. Yeah. This is going to be insane. Wasn't expecting this at all. Yeah, started. No. Okay. And this is something new for me because... Oh, there you go. I don't know if I had to keep the clutch on. And before we do this next run, let me just check, because it has quite a few options here. So yeah, we're going 4x4, we're going high. But this time, let's do differentials locked and see if it's going to make any difference at all. Maybe you should, I don't know. This car's really hard. It could be, some of those changes could make it easier, but that's not what we are doing today. We are at least locking the differentials and see what changes there. But since we did got to time, we are going to push it harder, and it's insane. I do think it's going to, if we even get to that first big jump, it's going to make a front flip. I am pretty sure of that. Okay, it started first time. This time, that's good. This is insane. So fast. Oh, and I'm losing it already. Yeah. I kind of expected that. But what I mean, is it still in one piece? Yeah. I should have kept going there, because I don't know, it wasn't a good time at the first time. If we go crazy now and, I don't know, for some divine intervention we finish this, it could even improve a bit. I don't think it will. rocks, rocks again. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, and we are. You keep going. You're going. Are we going the correct way? Yeah, I think we are. Oh, oh! That's gotta be it. Yeah, I think we lost one wheel. So yeah, that's it for the Phaeton truck. Yeah, that was the most insane driving I did in BMG ever. And not much left of the truck. That was crazy. I want to see it again in replay. Could even crash the game. It was. Oh no, it's just the slow motion. There you go. Some bits of the car are already getting ripped away. But why not keep going? Wasn't it even hard to keep track of where I was? Missed both rock piles and then flipping again. The traction of the thing is insane. We were nearly doing wheelies there. And we hit the rocks. The wheels off, and that's it for the Phaeton. That was insane. Okay, let's load up the first replay on this one. And while I leave with that, I'm going to prepare our last 3 cars. Also, okay, so I was just reading I don't know how to pronounce that. Gadurvan here in our chat. I don't know if he was the one that built the truck, because he seems to kind of understand quite a lot about it, the overlanding. Oh, okay, so he was talking about the overlanding, then the 3/4 ton, and appreciate for teaching me the pronunciation for that. And he was also mentioning that it's best to leave the front diff unlocked. And finally, he was feeling sorry for the, the truck, for what was left of it. So thank you for participating. Of course, this is just a work in progress and not really many people watching it. The main reason I do this live is that things are fair for all of the players, and then they can watch it later, of course. But yeah, maybe who knows, in the future it can become something bigger, and we actually have some people watching it live. Well, I am having fun, and then probably I'll keep doing it. And while we are finishing up watching the fight, look at that. The truck was really fun to drive. We still have 3 cars to go. Oh, Moroza. So, is it Moroza who's writing, or you were just talking about Moroza being the builder of one of the cars? Moroza is with us since probably the first car. Maybe that's who's chatting with us right now. And we do have his car coming up, I believe. Right, the DCMW Albared 4, so that's another 4-wheel drive car, and that's the company that fights with ACZ for the lead in our ranks. Let's load that up. Okay, the DCMW Albared 4. Now, all the cars from Rosa are in that standard, like another level of detail. These cars are so well done. Even, like, you can see here, this used to be a postal service car, but right now it's the booze. And yeah, it does even has those boxes inside. I'm not sure why, probably so you can see them flying around. I don't know, but yeah, this car looks great. All the details on the Morosa's cars are so nice. Let me bring us inside so you can see what I'm talking about. Look at that. This is so cool. So, oh yeah, so now I got it. Like, these are the boxes that were supposed to get delivered, right? And they are, yeah, there's even a rum bottle box there. And they're probably going to go everywhere. Let's see how it does. Even those details are so cool. Let's take it to the top of the hill and see how it does. And besides all these details, this is probably one of the favorite cars. I would say it's the favorite is if the ACZ Stout didn't do so well in the last 2 races. So I would put both the ACZs. ACZ actually has 2 cars in this challenge, and these are going to be the last ones we try. And DCMW has this one, and yeah, the attention to details, not only the aesthetical details like the looks, but also everything is so well planned on this car that definitely puts it between the favorites. Okay, 2 companies to go, 3 cars to go. Let's see if this one can beat 232.0 that belongs to the CBC Quest. Let's do it. Okay, it's a lot more manageable already, and it's really fast. It's by far the car that handles better these landings. Okay, that was close. Okay, so besides all of the things that are so well done on this car, it's also really cool to drive. Oh. Well, not the best in the bumps though. Struggling to keep it in straight line here. Ooh, almost lost it. I mean, I did lose it. Or should I say, like, I don't know, remember. Ah, that sucks. Oh, so sorry. That was going to be fast. Woo! That was insane. Okay, this was 247. And I'm sweating. 247.622. This car was promising to be like the fastest. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, it could be close. But then it doesn't handle well this bumpy straight in the end. So I don't know. And since we got the time, we are gonna go push harder this time. And yeah, I don't think we're. I don't know. Some of the cars actually handled better when we pushed to this through the straight. So it could happen, but yeah, let's see. Also, let me put the seat a bit upper so I can see it better. All right, one more chance for the Bowred, and let's first check the. So Morosa, let me see if it was him actually. Yes, Morosa. So yeah, it was him. Where's the steering wheel? Oh, cool. So he was telling that his steering wheel actually works, as well as some of the gauges. So even that, he even worries about that. And we are going to go rear locks on, as the builder of the car said to us to not lock the front, right? Yeah, best leave the front diff unlocked. And let's see how it does. One more try. Okay, so if we do it this right, I believe this is the car that could clear that first gap. But if it doesn't, it's going to be nasty. Let's try. Let's see how it does. Ooh, yeah, we lost it already. Oh, damn it. And we are upside down. Oh, yeah. It's over. Yeah, it was probably the shortest one so far. Sorry, Morosa, I tried. I'm sorry for my bad driving. Let's see how that went. Let's see what happened there. So much traction out of line, but then bam, yeah, you can see what happened there. Whoa, so sorry. I don't think the post service is going to be used in this car anymore. Oh yeah, look at that picture. So what happened was that the suspension got compressed here, throw the car up, and then it hit the actual start of the jump, and then it was mayhem. Now, this slow motion is so cool because we get to see two really cool things. One is Morosa's work that is awesome, and the other one is how cool BMG is handling these crashes. But yeah, so that was whoa. Okay, so this is more aerodynamic now. It does look like a modern Dakar car. Yeah, and so one company left to try and beat the CBC, and that's the ACZ. They actually have two cars. One of them is the current champion in the last two challenges, and that's the Stout. It actually has a BAJA version. Let's see how it is. Okay, so you can see here the two blue cars. These are the last winners. One is the track version that won the time trial. Then we have the blue one that won the City Streets Rally, incredibly, having this size. Am I correct? I think I am. And then now we have the ACZ Stout Sedan Rambler. And that could be the one to beat the CBC. We'll see. Well, these last four-wheel drive cars, they could actually make it up the hill, I think, if I tried, but let's just teletransport them there, or air transport them there. Okay, start the challenge. So this is your current champ. Can it keep its crown? That's what we are going to find out as soon as we finish loading this thing up. So first, starting the engine. Is this four-wheel drive? I believe it is. I mean, it can't be because this one doesn't have an interior. The cars that won the time trial and the city rally, they were rear-wheel drive, so this one It's also wheel drive. Let's see how it does against the four-wheel drive and also the wheel. This is something interesting because even today Dakar has different types of cars competing and being competitive. Let's do it. 2 more cars to go. I should shut my mouth sometimes. That's it. Struggling with the grip a bit. Hard hit. I think we have actually hit the sign there, and that sent the car in the wrong direction. Sandy bit. Struggled with traction going up the hill there. I believe the suspension is broken already. That could have an effect on this last part, we'll see. Sliding beautifully through there, no effort. Managing quite well the bumps. Even though the steering wheel is, you can see it, I have to hold it to the right, so the car is pretty much broken already. Still going fast though. Alright, how was it? What's the time? 2:36. Oh, interesting. I thought it was faster. So it was a 2:36.941. So we didn't beat quite a few cars. I'll check the rank for you later, but it will have to improve 5 seconds if it same it to get the win. And as we know, pushing harder on that first part usually doesn't end well. Also, I am going to lock the differential. As I said, it does have that option. And let's see, we need 5 seconds to beat the CBC. So we already lost it. Okay, I swear I'm not doing this on purpose. It's just too hard. I don't even know where I am anymore. So yeah, that's it for the stout. So the current champ couldn't keep its crown for this one, but maybe his brother can. And his brother is the ACZ Victor. An interesting name for a car. While I prepare that, let's first watch the Stout's first attempt. I won't even try to mess with the table, because last time I did, the game crashed. So I'll leave that to the end, okay? Oh, that's actually the crash. Yeah, that was the last attempt. I'm gonna bring the first attempt up. I always get I manage to get, just by occasion, a good picture. That wasn't intentional. But I want to see in slow motion this crash as well, because it was cool. So yeah, completely sideways already. Trying to bring it back, but then it just got worse. And that's when we are going to flip the car. Somehow the tires on the top stayed there. Yeah, BMG stuff. It's not always that perfect, but it's I mean, it's the coolest it gets when it comes to crashes. And yeah, that was the crash, and this is its try. While I get the last car prepared for our competition, to see if we can beat the CBC. And if I'm not mistaken, second place. Oh yeah, second place is the T10 THP, and then we get the Renaissance. Oh yeah, do you see? I don't know if we did hit if it was just the sandbank, or if that sign is as hard as hell, because yeah, something made the car go in the wrong direction there. Nicely done through the S's. Finally did manage to get some good driving there, but then started screwing up again. A mistake there. Beautiful camera view going through there. Suspension work on this car is really cool. Really cool to drive as well. I don't know, but from what I could tell, I believe this car may have the suspension a bit too soft, while the DCMW had it a bit too hard, and that's why this one manages the bumps a lot better than the DCMW, but still it was compressing the suspension to its limit, so when that happened it was also not that good, and that's why it didn't beat the CBC, probably. I don't know, maybe it was my driving too, I don't know. So yeah, to the last car now. This was a really long live, so we are now loading our last car. and that's the ACZ Victor Paladin. I am not sure if it's also a V12. Yep, by the sound we can tell it is. So it's the stout newer brother. Let's see how it handles the dunes. Setting up the camera. Starting the engine. And we are ready to our first attempt in our last contender. Let's do it. Okay, so four-wheel drive for this one. Lots and lots of grip or traction. Bit of understeer there. Did hit something there. Feeling fast so far. Oh, okay. Lots of understeer with this car, which means it's safe to drive, but maybe we'll need some handbraking here. That understeer may compensate here now. Oh, okay. A bit too much. Hold it. All right, how fast was that? 222, okay. So ACZ does it again. What a run, what a performance. What 10 he did it again 10 seconds faster. Just unbelievable. 10 seconds faster than the second place. That's crazy. Let me write that down. 222.400. That was insane. That was crazy. And that was just the first one. Of course, I will destroy the car in the second one. But that was crazy. That was great. Well done. So, who makes ACZ again? I wish my brain wasn't so messed up that I always forget everyone's names. But let me see if I can find it here real fast. Is that creator? I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm sorry again for that. But that was insane. That was crazy. Still one try. Of course, since this car already has the best time, there's no point in not going absolutely crazy now. Like, yeah, I don't think we are going to last even the downhill. but this kind of celebration run, right, for ACZ. Let's let's see how it does. Oh, and this car has the differential. I'm gonna turn that on just because I've been doing it, but let's see. The traction on this thing is insane. Whoa! And we are upside down. We still have 4 wheels though. Yeah, it's all messed up. We cannot drive it anymore. Okay. And somehow, I mean, it's not looking that terrible, but that wheel right there wasn't letting me drive it anymore. Let's foresee how this crash was. Okay, so that was our celebration crash with the ACZ. I'm gonna bring up its run while we bring the final considerations for this competition. And after that, I'm going to have a little chat with you about the WOSSOM competition and some updates. Whoa! Yeah, so that was bad. I mean, yeah, I don't know if it wasn't like concentrated or what it was, or if I wanted to make things fair, and then I ended up not doing. But I really wasn't driving well today. I do apologize for that. Yeah, it's even, I feel even ashamed for my driving today. But well, we finished all of the cars, and I believe that watching the results, I mean, most of the cars would be there regarding times, would be competitive, most of them. But this one, like, I don't know what was done, but it's just in another category again. It was just like the time trial. I could have made a perfect run with any of the other cars, and they wouldn't beat this one. Like 10 seconds. It's impossible to beat, even with the best. I don't know. Maybe if we called I don't know, Lewis Hamilton here, he would be able to be faster with a different car. But other than that, it's just the ACZ Victor was in another level, and it's a really deserving win. Now the other cars, they so much cool cars, so much fun to drive. Some a lot harder than the others. But yeah, I appreciate every one of you that participated, that sent your cars. And as we see the Victor crossing the line, I'm just going to start this again, so I can do now some so we can chat about some of the other stuff now. We'll get rid of the sound so we don't hear it. in slow motion. So yeah, I'll be right back with you. Hold on. Okay. So I'll leave some. I'll leave the victory images here while I talk to you about some other stuff. So before that, let me see if we get any other message here. Yeah, so we just received more messages from Rosa, and he was mentioning it was the longest and the shortest runs. That's true. So yeah. Well, so first of all, I'll introduce myself. My name is Rafael, or Rafael. I'm from Brazil, as you can tell by the accent, and I live in this real small town called Arraial do Cabo. And well, that's first. Second, since I'm introducing myself, I do have quite some experience in driving racing cars, both in real life and simulations. I did participate in competitions, including touring races. I have driven Formula cars, but just in tests. I have most of my experience was in the track of Rio de Janeiro that doesn't exist anymore because the politicians here, they convinced the people that they were going to build a new track when they destroyed the one we had, the only track we had in Rio, to have the Olympic Games. And then, yeah, as you could imagine, after that, we still don't have a racetrack in Rio. So I did some driving in Interlagos as well, Interlagos. And my last real driving experience was driving a Beetle that I still have in, how do you call it, in this historic car racings. And hopefully I will have the health and hopefully the money to do some more racing with this car. And in simulation, I did a lot of iRacing and stuff. So yeah, that's enough talking about me. I just wanted to let you know that. So when you see me driving, some people say, "Hey, then you drive well in the simulator." Yeah, I do have some experience, but as like today, don't take that as my driving because that was really bad. But with all of that said, WOSSOM. What is WOSSOM? If someone is actually watching this and wants to participate, you can participate in this. You don't need the BMG game. The game you actually need is the automation game. So that's the game where you build the cars. And so it's quite, I mean, you can go real deep in mechanics and the configurations and stuff, but if you don't know about that, you can just press a button, the game will create a car for you, and then you just tune it, some stuff that you can see and tune, like it's not that hard, and make the visuals of it. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. Anyone that likes cars and race cars should give it a try. It's a lot. It's real fun. And then what we have here is a challenge where people create their cars in this game, automation. Then they send it to me. I then run then through some calculations to see which of the cars sells better, and depending on that selling, they get bonuses, and that bonus is used to create these competitions cars like the ones you saw today. So factory cars compete for sales. All of them have the exact same quality. That's one of the things you have in automation. But then we give them the bonus and they can slide that quality up to the bonus they have. Okay, so that's how it works. If you want to participate, please come, be welcome. Now, one thing to keep in mind for people, for newcomers and for people that already play, is that this is a work in progress, and I am by no means a programmer or anything like that. I'm learning this as I go. So we do have our website that was actually made in Wix, using Wix, and that's called WOSSOM.net if you want to check that out. And for the players that are already playing with us, especially, I am rebuilding the whole thing from scratch. And one of the reasons is, since I'm using a spreadsheet to do all the calculation stuff, it data can get mixed up. Like I had so much. There were so many times that I got the names wrong and stuff. So yeah, so having all of this automated will make a huge difference. But when I started doing this from scratch, I realized that maybe I don't even need the spreadsheet. Maybe I don't even need Wix or anything. I can make everything automated from start to finish, like from the cars file sending all the way to it getting imported into BMG for this competitions. And so that's what I'm doing. Since that takes a lot of work, I am not having time to actually create, for instance, the blog post that I was doing. So that's why that's on hold for a while. But yeah, trust me, when I finish doing this, it's going to be worth it, because it's getting so cool. So instead of having this website, this regular Wix website that we have right now, I'm building a custom website. Probably still going to use Wix as a front end, just for the sake of having a visual of how things are getting. But all of the backend, the calculations, everything is going to be done in Python. And there's a lot of other stuff that I'm doing with that. And so when you get into the website and when you log in, you're going to have your own area. So it's pretty much, it's going to be a game within a game. So you will manage all of your companies, your cars. You will be able to see all of the competition results, pictures, and everything. So that's what I'm working on right now. And then after that, we have the drivers part. And as I told you, since I have quite an experience with sim racing, I do know a lot of people that do sim racing, and having this platform, I believe I haven't even really started making anything to show people that. So I haven't even talked with my friends about it. The only place that I've actually displayed this was in the forum. In the automation forum. So I believe that when I actually do that, and we're going to have a lot of people playing, a lot of companies. So that's one of the reasons that I'm not even advertising it right now, because it would become a snowball if I don't have this all automated and we have, like, I don't know, maybe 100 people playing. Okay, so that's the reason. And once I have this all automated, I will be able to concentrate more in this video part, in the broadcast part, and that's actually what I have a degree on. I am a radio and TV producer, and so yeah, I would be able to concentrate on that part, and that's pretty much all I had to do and to share with you today. And yeah, I'll still I'll get back to work. And as one last thing to mention, and I do mention it sometimes, I don't even like to do so, but is that I have this really annoying health condition, and I suffer from chronic pain. So I'm in pain 24 hours a day. Uh, I have already been through 4 major surgeries to try and fix that. It didn't work, and the last time at least I found out that I have this a part here in my vertebrae that is messed up, probably from surfing my whole life without stretching or like yeah. I would even make fun of people that would arrive in the beach and stretch, and now yeah, it's yeah, I probably deserve that. And but that's not the main cause for my pain. I always had this, and it's getting worse and worse. So yeah, I mean, when I finish doing this, if for some reason my health gets worse, I will. I mean, even if it doesn't happen, but when I finish this, I will share this automation that I'm doing. So if anyone wants to use in their challenge or anything, they will be there for you to use. And in case I cannot continue this challenge, you can continue that by yourselves. All right. And one last thing, I thought about like, is it ever going to be free? And yeah, I do. My intention is to actually make it free and available, even if you want to make different challenges for it. But one thing to keep in mind that since my health start getting worse, by that time I used to work, I used to own a restaurant. So I had to sell it because of my health problem. And I started working as a Uber driver. So I would have, I mean, a less stressful job, and that I wouldn't like when the pain is really bad, then I can just stay at home and then use my my time when I'm feeling a bit better to drive. So right now, all of my money from the restaurant I sold is gone. And in the last few months, my computers, like I had to change pretty much everything. Luckily, I managed to fix the GPU instead of having to buy another one, because I just wouldn't be able to with the prices they are right now. So yeah, I do have the intention to keep it free forever and even give it away. When I know that's not the correct use of words, but yeah, keep in mind that that's not my first language as well. But I have the intention to give it to anyone who wishes to use it. At some point, I may throw the option for donations, and that would help a lot. And if I manage to actually get any donation at all, that means I would spend less time driving the Uber car and more time developing and doing stuff for the game, for the WOSSOM. Okay, so that's it. That's what I had to share with you today. That's, I don't know, it's nearly 4 hours long live. But I don't know, we are racers, right? That's what we like doing. I have participated even in 12-hour races before, real life. So yeah, and I do expect to participate in the 25 hours of Spa. Speaking of that, I have already driven in Spa. I have already in real life in Nürburgring. So yeah, some really cool stuff I have done in my life. My health right now is not allowing me to do that much, but at least I can do this, and this is a lot of fun. See you in our next challenge.